Alright, what up, y'all? This is Scotty D with Faygoluvers.net. We're here at Astronomicon 2. I got my homie Chad Carson with Faygoluvers and the man himself, Blaze.
For over 25 years, you've been, with the gangster rap route. What was your desire to dive into that and then mix it with the wicked shit acid rap?
Oh man, gangster rap was always something that I loved, growing up, and I think it was the same thing can be said for most people. It's one of them things that when you're growing up, you're your parents try to keep you away from certain things. Well, when I was growing up, gangster rap was a thing. They were trying to keep everybody away from that. You gotta stay away. They're saying words in there that you're not allowed to say on fuck and hell and bitch and cunt and all types of shit you're not supposed to say. But I think that was the draw, the initial draw to it. And when I started understanding what they're saying in there, it wasn't just all the cuss words. It was actually street life. And that kind of spoke to me a little more. And I knew from that moment that I kind of had the voice that was more drawn towards that style of music, I think. And that's kind of what I went towards. I loved all types of music. I loved hip hop and R&B and rock and even some weird ass rock that was coming out back then. Just and stuff of that nature. But I just, because I would do stuff like choir things of that nature where I could sing too. But this just seemed what I like to do more, rapping.
Do you remember the first song or album that really made it click for you?
Oh man, the first one I think for sure was Straight Outta Compton.
Okay.
That was my first record where I bought, and I remember having to play it on the porch because it wouldn't come in the house. If I brought that in the house, it probably would have started a fire. It would have destroyed, started a fire in the house. And I'm not lying, my dad, and I love music, but me and my brother, there was a story when we got a fucking one of these dumbass stereos, right, with the turntable, and all this shit, and the discs and all this shit. This is well before CDs, so it wasn't CD yet. So you got all this shit with these cassette tapes and these fucking things, and it sat up in my parents' living room for a year. We got it for Christmas, and it sat there for a year and probably been played twice the whole time. So one day my brother grabs it up and just brings it downstairs. We're like, okay, cool. He starts playing it. We play the shit out of it, all the time. Then my dad heard something he didn't like on it. And this is go to show how it was. I love my dad, but it was Jay Giles Band.
Oh,
and he did not want to hear Jay Giles Band anymore. So he came downstairs, and I bullshit you not, he karate chopped the entire thing in half with his hand. Karate chop like Chuck Norris. And this thing went... And we're I guess we're not allowed to have that anymore. So it kind of, it pushed me a little bit to actually love music more, I think, at that time. And my brother played the drums, and I would sing, and that's kind of how it happened.
Hell yeah.
It's cool. Now, you and ABK obviously drive by. Revisiting that in the last 4 years, can we break that down? And then the message behind the Juggalo Unity Tour?
Man, straight up, for us, it was easy to, revisit drive-by because we never really had a problem. And that's where the Juggalo Unity Tour came in because of that. Because forever, me and him have been Juggalos. Since we put paint on, we became Juggalos that day. And there's nobody or nothing that people say that's going to change the fact of that. Now, the Juggalo Unity Tour was about us letting everybody know that as much as some people might not like each other in this thing, we don't have a fucking problem here. And we're still Juggalos. So if you have problems with them people, make it known to them people. Don't worry about us. Why are we in this shit? Why are we beefing with anything? Because you've seen me and Killer been doing shows for, we've been doing.
Yeah.
Ever since anything's gone on. Yeah. So I felt at this time, we just felt it was time to say something. We're tired of the dissension and the division and what happens with us, meaning a whole, as Juggalos. We, as a whole, as Juggalos, we're always directed towards something, the establishment, something else that we're directed fighting against. Well, now we're fighting each other. And all that you get is more people that are leaving each other, this shit, and moving towards the establishment. So if people want to continue to say bye-bye and say see you later, that's what's going to happen. By us fighting each other and, it's about this and this and this and you're not more Juggalo than me, Fuck that. You were Juggalo the minute you put this paint on. And then after that, you're a Juggalo if you choose to be.
Well,
what it is.
When people ask us about, are you Team Mini, you Team Psychopathic, whatever, I say, no, I'm Team Juggalo.
Team Juggalo. And I told you, there's two labels that matter to me.
Yeah.
Family and Juggalo. And that's the same thing me and Killer been saying
100%.
all the way around. Family, Juggalo. That's it. If you are fucking repping one of those two, then you're down with me. And if you don't, then that's all that matters, for real. If you don't, then walk. I don't give a fuck. I really don't. But if you do walk, just know you're walking to the establishment that we was fighting since day fucking one.
100%.
And people continue to do that. You want to keep walking to the establishment, be part of that. I don't give a fuck.
So it's been, what, 3 years since Casket Factory?
Yes, sir.
The full length, and you've released a couple of EPs along the way.
I was doing, last year was a whole down year for me. I had a lot of family shit going on. You guys know I don't put my family business on, like, online too much at all. Like, I do have family, and I don't talk about them very often. I've been trying a little bit here and there, a little more, and some of my FaceTime shit.
I really like the live streams and stuff.
Yeah, it's kind of, I'm trying to get more into it and, like, letting some of this stuff go, because I feel like I was holding a lot of this to me, and when it does, it just eats me up, and it's like I gotta stop, because then I'll just sit there and it'll keep me from doing things, because there's a lot of shit going on at home that, going on with my kid, that made me just take a break. And it's like I had to take a break from music for a moment, and I didn't want to tell everybody that that's what I was doing. But I mean, it's obvious if you see it. So it's like now I want to get back in here and let everybody know, man. I'm gonna keep moving.
You had to relocate to Ohio. So
yeah, 100%.
How has that affected your career?
It's changed it a little bit, because now it's more movement to get to a studio, and I am working on putting my own studio in, and I have people that are down there that aren't too far from me that I did utilize for a little bit, and I'm gonna start utilizing them more often, because like I said, I do, in all honesty, I feel very comfortable recording up at the studio up here. Like it's close to where I'm comfortable there. I've had no problems. I'm with Fritz most of the time. Me and him just do it. He knows how I work. I know how he works, and we get it done. And that's kind of how the drive-by record went. It was like real quick. We just did this. I mean, you can ask Killa, but I swear we had 2 sessions, 2 days of sessions together in this studio to do
For the OGs?
To do the 4 OGs.
Okay. All right, hell yeah.
2 days. That's what we did. 2-day sessions. And then I went up there for a 3rd day and kind of mixed the stuff in between. But other than that, yep, that's it. That's how fast this shit, because when it's me and him, we know what we're doing. This is kind of what we're feeling. We're going to rock it out. Sometimes for me, when it's my own record, I have music that I started working on last year. And
for
my next full length, but I did like ideas. This style, like a bunch of different ones, and figuring out which direction I want to go in next with it. Because like I said, the last one was so much, it's like a story. This is a casket factory. I'm the casket maker, and this is my story. It's like, so this one I just want to figure out which way I want to take the direction to. It's kind of what it is.
And do you have a path that you're on now?
I have an idea of one,
okay,
for sure. And it's like, I'm going to be moving towards that. And it's going to happen this year. The record will be out for sure this year.
Yeah,
I don't have a date yet, because I have to drop it. I have to put the thing in 2 months before. Okay. So as soon as I drop this thing in and give them the record, then after that 2 months, there's the date, like that, basically.
And
kind of how we do it.
And it won't be the mysterious last house on Dead Street?
I don't believe so.
Okay.
At this moment, like, people have been talking about it. I've been trying to, and I try to get back into that mode for it, and I don't know if it's ever going to be there. And it's like, people are like, I love the title. Well, the title is from a movie.
Uh-huh.
It's from a movie. It is. Last House on Dead Street. There's Last House on Left, and then there's a Last House on Dead Street. Look it up.
All right, hell yeah.
Bro. And now I was thinking about going literally towards that, being like, fuck it, I'm gonna take Last House on Dead Street and I'm gonna do something that nobody's ever done, and each chapter is gonna be a song that is titled out to which, chapter for this one. Well, is there 20 some chapters in a fucking on a DVD, and you go each one. Well, that's kind of how that was my idea for it, and I just didn't kick it out. So if you steal my idea and you do the shit, now I am suing you with everything I've got, and I ain't got shit but this hat and this suit.
Okay, so we're giving the rap sign, but I do want to ask you one more question. You've been a part of some legendary groups. You've been a part of Lotus. You've been a part of Zodiac Mprint.
Triple Threat.
Drive-By, Triple Threat. Are there any other collaborative projects in the pipeline?
I have been working on stuff like ideas now for weird shit, but I don't have anything named yet, and I've been talking to people, but no, nothing yet so far. Like for real, it's like because I've been stretched so much to do these different projects to where I want to make sure each one has its own relative idea and themes. It's like obviously Drive By is me and Killa, and it's more like it's always been our gangster style, me and him. And Zodiac is kind of me and ROC, but it is different. It's like intergalactic style shit a little bit. I'm trying to keep everything in its own general path, I guess. And it's like I don't want to spread myself thin to being like everything is Gangster from Blaze, and he's in every group, and they're all Blaze sounds the same. It's like I don't want that to happen, so I want to kind of change it up. And so yeah, it's like the next, if I do something that's another group, it's gonna probably be so far from what I do that you'll be like, holy shit, that's him. Something of that nature.
When Blaze announces the next project, we'll be sure to do a super in-depth interview on Faygoluvers. But for now, we're at Astronomicon. We're enjoying the whole con scene. We got Chad Carson from Faygoluvers. We got Blaze Dead Homie, and we're out.
Scotty D. I feel alive for the first time. Don't be surprised, see a lot of sad faces. Ain't you happy I survived? Pressed on like leaves, paid my lawyer's fees. Never been on my knees, not for bitches or for cheese. Main squeeze is the MIC, the staging lights, and my name on the marquee, shining real bright. Gotta fight for my nobody giving up shit, so I take it out of my clip. I can't quit. I'ma keep stacking racks up on racks. It multiplies till I'm swimming in my gold.